Tay the King.
Smurf.
We're on the couch with another segment, you know what I mean? And today we're gonna go with a question that was brought up that arises a lot within, general conversations, men and women. You know what I mean? The question was, do all men cheat? What's your views on that?
Shit. Well, yeah, shit, you know what I'm saying? All men have cheated, have, you know what I'm saying?
Agreeable.
So, I mean, what you think?
I would say the question should be asked in the proper manner. You know, they say it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. And I would say, with that being said, typically, yes, all men do cheat or will cheat, but no, all men are not cheaters. Which a man would not remain a cheater. You know, but will cheating happen? Most likely, most definitely in the beginning or definitely before it's solely based on one thing, which, it's always two sides to every story, and I believe that
Two sides to a cheating story?
Yes. I mean, a lot of times before men cheat, definitely a man with a man mentality. Now, we're not talking about a boy, we're talking about actually men and men that are grown up and have that mentality. Sometimes men cheat when, sometimes it's things that make a person cheat, not just men, it's things that make a person cheat. Things that we fall victim of and we pursue and doing the wrong thing, which cheating is one of those wrong things that happen. And I would say that works both for male and female. But it's things that push you in that area. Other than that, I mean, I could also implement the fact that a lot of male figures weren't raised to be men or raised by men. And the male figures that haven't seen that only seen like their uncles cheating, their friends cheating. These are things that we were raised to think were okay or just, it was something that happened.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I mean, like, as a man, he should know that it's not right to cheat. And granted, you know what I'm saying, like, men do cheat, you know what I'm saying, and there is reasons, but despite of the reasons, we know we still shouldn't cheat.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
that's almost I mean, it's a lot of things that we know not to do,
Right.
And that doesn't mean we won't do it. You know what I mean? I say it's a whole list of things that will go, congruently with cheating. That is more of a learned behavior. And I would say also just with cheating, period. Like, sometimes it takes that cheating to learn that lesson and that thing. But not only did you learn a lesson, she learned a lesson too.
Right.
And in this aspect, she may have learned, once again, like what she did to you that made you go cheat, which corrects these things from happening again.
Oh yeah. Cheating ain't bad.
I mean, I guess it's all bad when it happens, but the result, the lesson, and that's the thing about men. When you're a man and when you're an adult, or the same thing with a woman, when she's a woman and she's an adult, and everybody has learned from this situation and didn't decide to play get back or something. It was like, oh fuck, I fucked up here. It's like it's just like it's like this. You know what I mean? As men, the male figure, one of our strongest downfalls would be like if we did say some, our words or lingo, and we tell you, man, I don't give a fuck. Go fuck that nigga, and then you storm out the door, and she do it. Okay, who do we blame here?
I mean,
no, seriously.
Come on. I mean, that's different. I mean, that's different. You know, so you can say, "Oh, go kill yourself," but then this motherfucker ain't literally gonna kill herself. But then if she go kill herself, then you feel guilty.
But just like she wouldn't cheat, you should feel guilty. Or you should just know the part that you played. Like, no matter what, you played a part in that. And if you wouldn't have said, "Go fuck that nigga," she probably wouldn't have.
Right, but that don't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but then that still don't, you know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying.
I'm saying nothing makes it correct, but once again, that's another thing where it's a learning experience. Like, don't do that shit again.
Right. And I do not to do that shit.
Exactly.
Right, I get you, you know what I'm saying? And with that, in that aspect, I would say, you know what I'm saying, all men have cheated once, you know what I'm saying?
I would say all men, I would say the majority, you know, that strong 95%, yes, has cheated once, and it took for us to learn from the cheating, or to learn not to cheat, or what happens after cheating, but the difference is too, the different. I would say it depends on the woman you're dealing with, because I mean, you can still be a man and learn not to cheat with this woman, but somehow, some way, end up with another woman. And once upon a time, end up cheating on that woman as well. Once again, this is not a thing that makes you a cheater. It's just like when a relationship is a certain way. I believe these type things are based off of the relationship and the person that you're dealing with. And I would also say these are things that make being a woman harder. Because no matter what, a woman carries the relationship. No matter what, a woman is what keeps the relationship together. Because, I mean, for one, I would also say that a lot of times this idea is fictitious. Is you see your friends or your aunties or your mother and shit like that. So every woman wants to be married. You know what I mean? And this is a woman thing, but it's like women want to be married but don't know how to be a wife. But that's another story to another topic. So where I was going with that was the fact that when I say women carry a relationship, it's like no man ever sees a woman and says, "Hey, I want to marry you." Oh, hey, I really want to be with you. Things like that. Like, it's like, nah, I mean, I want to fuck. Like, that's what I saw. Like, no matter what, this is a man's eyes. I seen something I liked, and it was a sexual encounter. It wasn't, hey, I want to take you to eat. Right. No man meets a woman and thinks, hey, I want to take you to eat. Yeah, hey, I want to be with you. Nah. This is not what happened. No, when I saw you, I saw what I wanted. So it's on a woman to make us want more. And then it's on a woman to do more and to maintain more. But, you know, some women just, they want the same thing we wanted. And that's what it ends up being. And you know, so once again, like, so when you're in a relationship and you go through certain things, you know, and it's, you know, like they always say, what you want to do, another person will. You know, it's so easy for us to go get what we wanted somewhere else that, you know, you have to be man enough to say no, or to not do these things, or to not let things control you, take over you. Definitely not a sexual encounter.
Temptation.
Yeah, that temptation be heavy at times, and I think those are things that a lot of men have to learn how to block out. Definitely, if you have something you want, if you have something you love, if you have something you want to keep, you gotta, you know, other women, other things in life, period, you gotta learn to block that out, keep that away, because it'll cause that. But, you know, but it's one thing when, as a man, you trying and you dealing with a woman that ain't putting forth that try either. Right. Definitely, if it's you know, we go to work every day and we meet people, and it might be a woman at your job that's trying her hardest, and here's that manipulation, here's that temptation, that, you know what I mean, and these are the type of things, like, you know, I think you know, we can't let those type things, you know, tempt us.
Oh man, because they are tempting. Especially if, you know what I'm saying?
You could even go to the grocery store and you see this woman and she say something, you ain't even paying no mind, you just shopping, and she like, damn, I like the way you put that meat in that basket.
Right. I mean, they go for, you know what I'm saying, man or female.
Definitely.
Real, if you're not taking care or making sure, you know what I'm saying, the lady is, you know what I'm saying,
you gotta make sure she's
satisfied, yes, healthy, happy, healthy, you know what I'm saying, like all that, you know what I'm saying, you know, just take care of home, you know what I'm saying.
Take care of home.
And if you're not taking care of home, then that's when that motherfucker start looking elsewhere. But then, you know what I'm saying, for a person that is taking care of home and that person's other mate still go look elsewhere,
then that's just that person. This is when you have to know
it's not you.
To let go of that person, and not that, yes, that it's not you, but not that it's just not you. See, the thing is, when you know it's not, when you know it's not you, let it go completely, because if it's not you, it's not you. Now, if you see a fault in yourself, always correct your actions and fix your fault. But if it's not you, don't hang on to something longer than you should. Because, I mean, it's a dead end. And the thing is, listen, if you was on the way to your auntie's house, and, you know, one street has a dead end or it's blocked off or whatever, you don't go that way anymore. You should never go the direction of a dead end. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because in life aspect, it'll tear you down. And on that dead end, you just got to backtrack, you know what I'm saying, and rebuild and gain that time back. Mm-hmm. For real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I also say, you know what I mean, just and you know what I mean, as a man, like with me myself, like to prevent shit like being cheated on, I also say you should study your woman to where you know the things you should know about your woman, when she's happy, when she's sad, what makes her happy, what makes her sad, the things that keep things in order, and to just do all the things that you should always do. I mean, do the things you have to do to maintain things and to keep things right. And that's when you should never leave room for error or room for opportunity. Because once again, like we already said, what you don't do, another person will. You never leave the opportunity for somebody else to do what you should have done. Definitely when you know what you should have done. You know what I mean? Like, listen, if your woman likes to laugh, nigga, make sure you make her laugh. So even if she might laugh, just like we just talked about, she could be at work and it's a jokester in it. Make sure every time she laugh at him, she remember that you funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you funnier than that.
Yeah. If she like nigga, women love eating. You should always know what she like to eat and how she like it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but then again,
that's leaving room for opportunity. That's leaving room for error. And those are things that you shouldn't do. I mean, vice versa too. She should always know you shouldn't do. Listen, you a man, so anytime.
It don't take much.
That's me. It doesn't take much at all. Very true. But it's like this. It's the little thing. So it's like, if she like, oh baby, I'm on my way to Popeyes. What do you want? As men, generally, we don't scan the whole menu. We typically order the same fucking thing from Popeyes when we go. You don't listen. You could have went to churches. You typically order the same fucking thing. You go to the Chinese restaurant. You typically get the same fucking thing. Your woman should never have to ask you what you want from these places.
Yeah, or just have a meal already ready when you get home.
There it is. Have it ready.
All the focus, taco salad, shit.
You know what I like, and if you know what I like, do not ask me what I want. I mean, we shouldn't go through that often. It should be what you like today, what you want today, what you in the mood for. Listen, these are the type of things that you should know what I'm in the mood for, just like I know what you're in the mood for.
Mm-hmm. And if it's something different, shit. I mean, shit, as long as you feed me, I don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always in the mood for something new. If you want to switch it up, and you know, I'm tired of churches or chicken or, you know what I'm saying, fried food, and I mentioned this the other day, then shit, I come home, baby, you better have something baked. You know what I'm saying?
Straight the fuck up.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Just pay attention as I should do. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want me here like that, Nate? I got you. You know,
so with all that being said, the main concept was why men cheat.
Oh, yeah.
You feel like revealing your side of the story on the incident you might have cheated? Just like what pushed you there? How'd you do? What made you do it? Was it the fact that you was immature and you just did it, or did she do something wrong that made you do it, or what was the situation?
Man, all right. Well, I got several situations. I'm just saying, you know, each of them have different. You know, I might have cheated because this motherfucker cheated, you know what I'm saying? Or I might have cheated because, you know what I'm saying, this motherfucker wasn't taking care of shit at the house, you know what I'm saying? Or I cheated because this motherfucker wasn't trying to do shit with herself.
Explain taking care of shit at the house. What should be taken care of?
I mean, shit. I had needs and desires and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so that's taking care of things in the bedroom, not at the house, in the bedroom.
I'm the house. I'm at the house. Yeah.
When we said the house, when you said the house, initially it struck as if maybe like the dishes wasn't done. You know what I mean? Or food wasn't cooked. You know what I mean? Shit like that. I you know, but you're not take care of things. Yeah. I mean, not taking care of things in an aspect can definitely take you there. Definitely if you mentioned it. Okay, see with me, for one, we're in a relationship and you're my woman, I don't feel like I should ever have to ask. You know what I mean? But if time has, you know, went past, and so I do bring it up, it should definitely happen. And if it doesn't, you know, call me what you want to call me. Once I went and got it, after you took no initiative, definitely after the conversation was had, I didn't cheat on you. You cheated on yourself.
Oh, man.
Listen, judge me. You cheated on yourself.
This one. I done seen a post, you know what I'm saying? I done seen a post, whatever. Chick in her phone, or she asking a man for some or whatever, or she asked, however the case goes, I asked for some. This motherfucker, oh, I'm tired. Okay. Bam. You know what I'm saying? The minute she wants some and I'm tired, it's a fucking problem.
Been there.
I said,
been
what?
there.
Well, you know what I'm saying? But shit, motherfucker, it could be, I asked 3 times this week. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
But like, when a woman ain't in the mood, she don't want to give you nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it be times I don't want to be in the mood, or shit. It don't take much, you know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying?
Man, definitely when those, definitely when those begin to be, sometimes we can manipulate ourselves. Definitely when we think too far, when you're a big thinker, you can manipulate yourself into the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? When that shit look like a red flag or look funny, when it's like, yeah, we normally at this all the time. Damn, we normally got this cracking all the time. Damn, this is normally a normal thing, and now you too tired. It's like, okay, why you tired? Or what you been? I worked out that shit. I worked all day too. I had a long night. I had a long night too. So it's like, and this is all natural things. So it's like when they change, like it could be this, and that could be true, or maybe I manipulated myself into thinking it was that because it shit just seemed different. And that follows back to one thing we talked about before in the prior podcast with the communication. But the thing about communication in those areas too, sometimes it'd be harder to communicate because if I ask you and you lie about it, this just made the situation 40 times worse. You know what I mean? We should never go there.
Oh yeah, cause it'd be so quick too.
Yeah, like, he's on your toes.
It'd be quick, like man, shit. Cause like we was upstairs watching movies, shit. All right, we better go downstairs. Shower, let's go downstairs.
Yeah.
All right, what's up? Let's get cracking. Now we in the bed, woo, shower and everything.
The next thing I know, you snoring.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. I'm gonna play it off. I'm gonna go to sleep too. Nothing. Damn, tomorrow. Same thing. Fuck, okay. Third day. Alright, listen. Now I got an attitude.
Dude. I had attitude at night. What do you mean?
No. Listen. I'm definitely gonna have attitude that first night, but that's containable. That second one is controllable as well. The third night is like something fucking going on. But once again, and this is when I say, okay, shit, it's been a week. Listen, man, we human, we grown in a relationship. A whole week without none. I mean, excuse me if I'm wrong. You just made me feel single. Yeah. And so this is why I reacted as in single. And listen, you cheated on yourself. Like, definitely when you know your mate and you know how often I want it, how much I like it, how much we normally do it, and this ain't took place, yo. If your mama ain't just died or something, your grandma ain't just died or something, you know what I mean, somebody close ain't something like that, you know what I mean? I don't know how else to take this.
If I can't get none of we together.
We ain't together.
Now how about a single man? I can understand a single man like myself, you know what I'm saying, but when I was in a relationship and it felt like I was a single man. I was like, that shit is,
I've been there before.
It just makes you feel single, so that's how you go.
Makes you feel single, makes you act single. So, I mean, and other than that, it's like, it's one thing is, with me, sometimes we be quiet and don't voice things. Definitely when you don't want to say things the wrong way or come off wrong, so they're quiet about it. But it's like, if we actually got to a point where I conversed about it and I told you, like, yo, I feel single. Yo, I feel by myself. Yo, I feel alone. Hey, I don't feel like you're playing your part, doing your thing. Hey, we haven't had sex in 6 days now. Things like that. Once they've been implemented and conversed about, and you haven't engaged at all, once again, like I said, this falls back to me just saying, yo, take it however you're going to take it. You cheated on yourself. Mm-hmm. I didn't cheat. Shit, I was single as far as I know.
Yeah, you weren't trying to, you know what I'm saying? Shit. When you need this and that, gas, money, phone bill paid, dishes washed, trash taken out, you know what I'm saying?
You got all that.
I ain't waiting 6 days.
And you ain't got to ask, though. These are things that they're natural. They happen. And I don't even complain when I do them. So, damn. You mean to tell me I had to ask for something? And even after I asked, I still didn't get none? Oh, you didn't even care to fix the problem when it was a problem that could have been fixed. It was containable, it was controllable. You never went there.
Nope.
But now you hold me responsible for the reaction to your action. Yeah, okay.
Figure that shit out.
But nah, once again, back to the main topic. The main topic was, do all men cheat? I'll say in the beginning, yes. And I'll say, these are learning experiences and it takes for a man to feel comfortable and secure and to know that he has something. Plus, before you judge a man on him moving the way he moves. You have to know the type of man that you're dealing with, and if he's ready for whatever y'all talking about, or if he actually wants a relationship, a long-term relationship, longevity, and these type things. You know what I mean? You have to know these things about this guy if he's ready to be a man. You know, of course, too, if you've heard certain things about his past, it's certain things that should already be a mental judgment somewhere. Not saying judge a person, but it's certain things that you should always key in on. Definitely, if like if he has kids and you've never seen his kids, things you should think about.
Sure.
You know what I mean? If he has, listen, this man doesn't have a job, don't take in a dependent. You know what I mean? It's just so many things to implicate before going with will a man cheat. You know what I mean? Because you got to know if this man even really wants you or not. And sometimes when a man is homeless, he just needs somewhere to sleep. If he doesn't have a job, or a car, you need your car while you're at work. Things like that. I mean, it's like this is not every man. It's just these are things that a woman should always think of prior to thinking she's in a full-fledged relationship. Because if you're not in a full-fledged relationship and he doesn't want you like that, then he'll probably cheat, or he'll go where the grass is greener. If it seems better here at the time, he'll go there. Doesn't mean he's going to leave you. So this is when you call it cheating, because he wouldn't got what he needed somewhere else. This could also fall back on you, because if you're not the total package, everything you're leaving out, he wouldn't got another place. This is why you should always engage in being the best at everything that you should be. Not the best at everything that this person wants, because if you can't be the best at everything that a person wants, this just means this is not the person for you, and everybody is not for everybody.
Right. And that is right. That is so true. And I feel like it's also vice versa. You know what I'm saying? The male women shouldn't pick or choose or fall for, and the male shouldn't choose or fall for somebody that is doesn't fit their criteria, is gonna just go out and cheat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ain't no reason for her to go be with this man and he can't, satisfy her needs or whatever, and she wanna go, then she go be in a relationship with this guy but still go mess with it. No, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Don't even get in a relationship. You know
exactly.
What I'm saying? Shit,
and that's another thing. I think people get into relationships far too soon. Listen, so many people even people use the word love. Like you can't be telling a motherfucker you love them if you don't even know this motherfucker's middle initial.
True.
Some people all in love, you don't know a person's middle name. You don't know. Listen, you shouldn't be with the person if and telling them you love them, or you want to be with them forever, or you want to marry them, or you want to stay with them, and 8 months later you meet a cousin you never met. Unless it's a cousin that they don't see it all, or stays in another state or something, or you shouldn't be meeting. Oh, that's your uncle, but I never met your uncle. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, this is definitely not one that instantly is close or something like that. These should be mental red flags in some type of way. Like, these are things you should know. That once again, like I said, so sometimes with cheating from both sides, male and female, I think it's just a lot of things that should be engaged in knowledgeful before going so deep into a relationship. And there's so much with that you can't call it a relationship if it's not a relationship. And some people, I'm a man. I've met women that think just, as soon as you have sex, y'all together. It's like, you got to know what you're doing before you're doing it, and know exactly what the other person's mind is. And this is where, it's like, it's okay to have sex before being together if that's what you're going to do. But the expectations and certain engagements and everything should be conversed prior to going that far.
Right.
Or feeling like we together, or then after being together feel like we're going to stay together, or it's forever, man. Listen, make sure it's forever before you put forever on it.
Right. And shit, don't let the sex determine if it's gonna be forever.
Don't never let sex determine. Listen, it's so many things that you can't. It's so many things that you can't determine based on forever. You know what I mean? It's like, listen, a baby doesn't mean it's forever. Sex definitely doesn't mean it's forever.
Shit, don't
moving in together doesn't mean it's forever. Buying him or her a car doesn't mean it's forever. Buying him or her a house, I guess it'll be your house. doesn't mean it's forever. Listen, being married, it doesn't mean it's forever. When you really want to focus on forever, focus on when this person engages changing themselves for you. That has a better chance at forever. Because a typical person will say something like, "You being who I was. I am who I am. Accept me for who I am." Shit like that. No, no, no. This person that wants you forever will fix their actions for you. They will change themselves for you. And the person that will engage in changing for you, that's more of a sign of forever.
Sure, yeah. I get what you're saying on that. I feel you. Because it's shit. If a man wants something, he gonna do what he gotta do to be with it. You know what I'm saying? If he gotta stop cheating or looking at other women to keep what he want, you know what I'm saying? He would do that. You know what I'm saying? Shit, like, it should be the same both ways. Shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel you there, bro.
And with that being said, do all men cheat? Most likely the answer would be yes. But so you know, with you getting, definitely the women that may engage in watching this, you getting this type information from another man, be more of the type that focus on how to make him not cheat than focus on if he'll cheat or not. Be focused on doing the things that'll keep him from cheating versus if he's cheating. And never accuse him of cheating if he hasn't actually been caught cheating.
And then that causes him to go cheat.
Sometimes that'll cause him to go cheat. You know what I mean? Sometimes this is where you're pushing a person.
Yeah, you pushing me on. You pushing me on that ass. I'm gonna go ahead and get on that donkey.
You know, sometimes that happens. I mean, of course, that's vice versa because as men, we can push women to another man. You know, so it's just with all that being, it's not, everything can always be vice versa. So yeah, but you know, of course, those are the type of things that strike women at a different angle, and women will feel like all men cheat. You know, this is normally a woman conversation. So now you have two men engaging in it, and once again, I'll say it's highly possible to guess that most men will cheat, and you know, hey, you're a woman, you know, keep your man from cheating, keep your man happy. Now, this is not saying strain yourself, belittle yourself, or it's do everything you're supposed to do. And if you want him to do everything he should do, you should do everything you should do. That is something that goes both ways.
It's common sense.
And so if everybody's doing what they're supposed to do and everybody's on the same page with in common sense, like he just said, yo, how does cheating even play a role or a factor? So if you're doing everything you're supposed to do, listen, sexually, homies taken care of, kids taken care of, whatever, all these things. If everything is in order and this man has no reason to cheat and he does, this is when it's on you to figure out your next move in life. But you also look at yourself and make sure you're doing everything correctly so these things don't happen. So when you're doing everything you're supposed to do, you know, once again, this is a decision that you make based upon what you have going on in your life if you're doing right. But I would always say the first sign of everything, versus men and women, like if my woman cheat on me, I'm gonna look at myself first and figure out where I went wrong, how I went wrong, if I went wrong, if I did. Now listen, if I done everything I was supposed to do and I got cheated on, listen, things will go different. You know what I mean? But you know, for one, getting cheated on, no matter what, if you got a heart, it hurt. Definitely, if your heart is involved. But when you can take self accountability and you know the blame could be further towards you, or you could have done something different. Like, listen, even if you didn't go cheat, but you said "fuck you, bitch, fuck that nigga," and she listen. No matter what, one of the biggest problems we got these days is social media is major, and no matter what, somebody is in her inbox. No matter what, there's somebody that she can get that from. And so when you leave that opportunity available, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to look at yourself. Same thing vice versa. I mean, if, like, for one, if the same chick like your nigga picture too many times, girl, this means you better make sure you're on the ball because women don't even do that. It's one thing for men to do it. This is a man kind of thing. You know, we go off the aisle. Like I said, we never meet a woman and think, hey, I want to take you to eat. Hey, I like you. Hey, I want to be with you. No, we meet a woman and say, I hit that. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It's just, when you post those provocative pictures on the internet, of course, Men will like them. Men will heart them. Men will comment. That's typical. You know, we're gonna say that all the time on a woman's aspect, but from a man's aspect, if a man posts a picture, and the same chick is always hearting, or liking, or commenting, she probably wants something. You know what I mean? So with that being said, it's just, I would just say for everybody, man and women, stay square with your partner. Honesty, loyalty, communication. Communication is number one. I didn't even say that right. It was communication. And then honesty. Everything else is everything else.
Fall in place.
Yeah. Communication and honesty.
Yeah,
and you know that when you communicate, of course you have to be honest within the communication. So everything else is everything else. And, you know, we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yeah, because I mean, before we go, just like you were saying, you know, communication. Just like you can ask for this bag or you want them Jordans, you should just be able to be open and say, I this is what I feel, this is how I feel, this is what I feel like we can get better, and you take hers and then y'all come up with a plan and fix it. And
definitely.
No cheat.
Yeah, definitely, and that's another reason why I say too, make sure you engage in studying your partner, man, because when you study your partner, you know what you're supposed to know about your partner, and these are the type of things that you would know without them having to converse about. But, you know, in the event that there is something you don't know, communication is always first. Yeah. Definitely before assumptions and assuming, because assumptions and assuming can send you down the wrong road. Yeah. And you don't want to go there, you know what I mean? So, listen, that's a brick wall. You don't want to smash into that. That's you know what I mean? It's a dead end.
I can feel you on that because it will fuck you up.
But it will fuck everything up, man. And another thing, you know, definitely when you're not a sorry kind of person, you don't want to keep putting yourself in positions where you gotta apologize. You don't want to keep saying sorry. It's easier to just communicate from the gate. Hey, baby, what was this? Hey, baby, but and you want, like you said, and what you say is how you say it. You may want to make sure that you do it correctly and in the right form, fashion, and manner, because you don't want to make a question seem like assuming either, or not assuming, but what word am I looking for? Accusing. You don't want to make a question seem like accusing, because I mean, listen, that naturally sends a person off.
Yeah.
As soon as I feel like I'm accused, definitely when I ain't doing it, I feel accused. I might get loud. I might get angry. I might get belligerent. Now you mad, so I'm angry and belligerent. But damn, you just came at me. I ain't come at you. Mm-hmm. That's neither here nor there. They don't always understand that. Nobody does. So communication followed by understanding. And honesty. That is it. Like we said before, typically the answer to the question is yes. It's on us as people to fix these things and to break these chains.
For sure.
They say slavery is over, break the chain. And we're going to end this segment right here. We're on the couch. Tay the King.
Smurf.
Next time.